Da-da-da, da-da-da. Yeah, guys, I don't sing. Sorry. All right. It's Wednesday. Let's do this. Good morning. How are you guys? I woke up thinking it was Thursday. It is not. It is Wednesday, June 11th, 10 o'clock, live inside Results-1. You guys know I enjoy doing all the safety stuff. We enjoy having some really cool interviews. But today, excuse me, but today we're welcoming in one of our newest, I'm going to call it promotions, because she's been a member of our team for a little bit now. And I want to give her the opportunity to introduce herself to all of you here in Central Florida. So today we are going to welcome in Jayna Manohalal. Come on in. Come on in, ma'am.
Hello.
Hello. Jayna, ladies and gentlemen, we're already live.
Awesome.
Just so you know, we're streaming.
Awesome.
All that fun stuff on, now we could say, your website, clickorlando.com, because you're a full-blown team member with us. So you know the rundown.
Yep.
How it shows up on TV, it's already there. Everything's programmed there. Mm-hmm. Everything's hands-free. We're good to go. So now we can't even call you an intern anymore. We can't even call you the content center. You're a full-blown community correspondent.
Yes, I am. It's been definitely an interesting journey.
Did you think it would end up like this so fast?
No. I mean, this time last year, I was kind of panicked.
You were sitting in the back seat and Ezzy Castro was up front.
Yeah. I was thinking to myself, okay, I'm an intern. This is fantastic. It's a great opportunity. What's next?
What's next?
That's the way I always live my life. Is anybody who knows me knows that I'm planning at least 12 things at once.
You got to, though.
I have to.
So where are you from originally, Jayna?
West Palm, so Wellington, if you know where it is.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm originally from Wellington, grew up there.
So you're a real Floridian?
Yes.
There's not many of us.
I know.
I'm a Floridian too. So you grew up down there?
Yeah.
And then what brought you to Central Florida?
So when I was in... Well, let me go back. When I was
go
very
ahead.
little...
Walk me through this. She's ready, guys.
I am.
Go ahead.
So when I was little, the way I describe this is I always knew I wanted to be on TV. I didn't know what capacity that was.
Always on TV.
I didn't know.
That's interesting.
So, but then I fell into the world of journalism. I mean, I grew up in my household. My mom always had on the morning news for our local morning news.
Okay.
And we always were watching, network evening news. And that's when I kind of discovered this is what I want to do. I know I want to be on TV, but I know I want to be a part of my community still. And I want to meet new people. That's what I love about journalism is every single day, it's never the same thing. I'm always meeting new people. I'm always finding solutions for people's issues if they can't find it themselves.
Huh.
So that's where I started to do that.
I think the next interview I have is your parents.
They would love it.
Because the idea of having a child that wanted to be on TV, I can only imagine what that was like. So you figured out that, okay, so now I got to ask though, do you have any secret talents that we don't know about that you could reveal now? Because someone obviously, if that wants to be on TV, did you just like to talk?
Yeah, I was a yapper. I mean, as you know,
she was like that as an intern, guys.
Yeah.
That's why she has a job here at News 6.
Someone my age, I mean, I'm freshly 21, so
right.
As we call it yapping, and my 12-year-old sister Jacqueline would say, you're always yapping, and it's true.
Okay.
That's, I guess, a special talent to it, is just being able to connect with people no matter the issue.
So you decided, I'm going to go on this path.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit the high school journey, because at high school you probably already figured out this is where I'm going to plan my next 12 steps, the 12-step Jayna program.
Yes.
And how'd you mold that? Because I don't think a lot of people understand, like, you can go so many different directions, even when you have an idea where you're going, but your passion will get you ultimately to a job. I never wanted to do this. Yeah. If people are like, why'd you become a news anchor? I go, I don't know. But passion got me here. So talk to me your journey in high school. For anybody that's young that would end up seeing this, because you're young. Yeah. I am incredibly older than you, and it makes me feel so horrible. But it's like, talk to me a little bit how high school was important and getting you set up.
So I went to Suncoast High School. I was a part of the IB program there, and with the IB program, I also took TV production.
Okay.
And that's kind of where I got my step into the world of reporting, just on, little high school things. But then I got into the world of anchoring for our high school news.
Did you enjoy that?
I loved it. If you can't tell, it's what I'm born to do.
Well,
so.
the level of confidence she has is unbelievable, because it doesn't even touch you on like a level of uncomfortable. It's just like, go for it, Jayna. So, but there's such a difference between a street reporter, or here at News 6, community correspondent, and an anchor. And there are two levels of confidence there, two different styles of doing it. Why the anchor thing?
So, like I said, I always wanted to be on TV. And yes, I love, connecting with my community, point, period, that's it. But being able to, be somebody that the community can turn on the TV and know my face and know this is going to be the person to get me answers. This is going to be the person I can feel comfortable watching every morning, every night, every afternoon, whatever the time frame is. I want somebody to be able to turn on.
So you wanted to be a trusted source.
Yeah. That's what journalism is. And that's what I think, unfortunately, the public's gotten away from. But I'm here as the new face, as I call myself, the new community correspondent, to be a trusted source for you. That's it.
I love it. So, all right. So you pushed through high school, and then you went to UCF.
Yeah.
So you're a Knight, full-blown graduated Knight at this point. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Just recently graduated. Amazing journalism program at UCF. Talk to me about your experience in high school.
Well, I graduated from Suncoast in June of 2022, beginning of June.
Gosh.
And about 2 weeks later, I was having open heart surgery. So, yes.
Pump the brakes.
Yeah. Before I did all the college stuff, I think we should start there.
So there's a journey there. So obviously something happened that you're like, I have a medical problem.
Yeah.
What happened?
So December of 2021, it was about New Year's, my family and I decided we were going to go to Colorado for the first time. We were going to try skiing. Again, as Trooper Steve has said, I'm a natural Floridian, so I was not ready for this altitude, this elevation, none of it. I got out to Colorado and my heart went crazy.
Really?
I could not breathe. My heart rate sitting down was at least 120, and that was,
at a resting.
Wasn't even moving.
So it was something bigger than what was just your location.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was a competitive, cheerleader, dancer, so I was very used to exercising my heart. We got back to South Florida at the beginning of January, and I would go up a flight of stairs and be completely winded. I mean...
That's odd.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would hurt my physical heart. And around the beginning of March, I looked at my mom and I said, I can't live like this anymore.
Something's wrong.
Something is not correct. I don't know what to do. So what we did then is I was 17 at the time, so we went to a pediatric cardiologist and we did what's called an echo, so an ultrasound of the heart. And that's when they found what's known as an abnormal coronary artery from the right side. So essentially from birth, when I was
17,
at 17, they find this issue that I've had since I was born, that one of my arteries had grown from the wrong spot. It wasn't getting enough oxygen, and I was given two options at that moment.
Surgery now, or something bad's going to happen.
Correct. I mean, it was that. So, granted, think about this. If anybody knows what the IB program is, and I've talked about it in my last few stories, it's an intense program.
Yeah.
So I was in my senior year of high school, finishing up the IB program, and now thrown with this decision of, do I have surgery on my heart, or do I leave it alone? And that was really hard for me as a 17-year-old to come to that decision.
Well, I'm glad you came to the right decision.
Yes.
So let's fast forward. You decided, I'm going to have the surgery.
Yep.
You had the surgery.
I had the surgery, and during the surgery, they stop your heart to operate on it, and they could not restart my heart.
Outstanding.
Yes.
Okay. Man.
Really just throwing it all at you.
You're burying the lead in a lot of this. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's here. This is not AI.
As powerful as it is.
Right. So they got you back.
Yep.
You wake up.
Yep.
They talk to you about what happened.
Yep.
Talk to me.
So I was in the pediatric ICU. So at this point, I had turned 18. I was still in the pediatric ICU, and I didn't actually know any of what had happened until my mom took me home and told me what happened. because they didn't want to freak me out.
Of
They didn't want
course
to stress
not.
me out.
Of course.
You know, my heart was still weak, but my mom only knew what happened is because she is in the medical field and she could kind of grasp the severity of what had happened.
And you're her baby, so
Yes.
that medical stuff's kicking in, and
Yeah.
she's like, "You're telling me what's going on."
Yeah.
So you conquer this speed bump. I'm not even going to call it an obstacle. A speed bump.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even slow you down. It almost seems like new lease on life.
Yeah.
At a very early age.
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen a lot for youth. Usually a reset for someone could happen in their 30s or 40s.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, all right, I'm going to do things different.
Yeah.
But it was almost like a little bit of a blessing.
Yeah.
Because your mindset changed rather early.
Yeah.
So
It really did.
that, you come out, you recover. What next?
So I had surgery. Actually, this Saturday will be my 3-year anniversary of open heart surgery.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So June 14th. Fast forward 2 months to August 14th. I am moving into my dorm at UCF.
Okay.
A day before that,
Gosh.
August 13th.
The scar is still fresh at that point.
Yeah, I was in a horrible car accident. And
why are you with me right now? Like, guys, help me.
Yeah,
please.
so my car was totaled. I had to get a rental car from Enterprise.
Not your fault, right?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm a safe driver, guys.
All right. I was about to
Promise.
say wrong truck to be in right now.
Nope, not
all right.
my fault.
So, all right, you're a magnet. We're not going to say the other. You're a magnet for things.
Yes.
And now you decided I'm going to go to journalism school.
Yeah.
UCF. Talk to me about your experience there because you're fresh out. And I'm a huge fan of UCF. I didn't go to UCF, but they're here.
Yeah.
I do a lot with them. You do now. Talk to me about your time there and what got you that internship here at New 6.
I loved it. I really decided we do something called intern pursuit with the J School or journalism school. And
you journalism people, it took me a second because guys, if you didn't realize, I'm not a journalism student. They're all the J School. I'm like, what? Oh, journalism school.
Yes,
Got it. It's
yes.
fancy for them.
So during my time, we hold this thing called intern pursuit where we take companies from around the Central Florida area and we bring their hiring managers to UCF, and we give students of the journalism program the opportunity to interview for internships.
Okay.
And I sat down with
Our former news director,
Allison McGinley. Love her. She's now at UCF. And I was presented with the opportunity to intern for the fall semester of my senior year.
and you're like, yes, please.
And I said, absolutely, thank you. And in that time, I spent a lot of time with our former reporter, Ezzy Castro. Love Ezzy, miss her. Ezzy, please come back to me. I miss you. But, no, I spent a lot of time with the morning team doing the, as you know, the crazy AM hours.
It's stupid.
I was up at 2 a.m.
Yep.
I would get to work at 3 a.m. I would work until 10 a.m., whether that's shadowing or helping out in the station or anything like
You're
that.
basically a station hand at that point.
Yeah.
Anything they needed help to where you could learn,
Yeah.
you were going to do it.
Yeah. And I did all of that. Then I would leave from the station. I would head to class all day long. And I had evening classes that went until about 9 o'clock.
My goodness.
I wasn't in bed till about 10:45-ish.
So that explains why sometimes I'd walk in. And guys, sometimes I thought I was looking tired. And
It was bad.
Because you had a standard. You were probably the most professional intern I had ever met in the 9 years I've been here.
Wow, thank
Our
you.
team had vocalized that to you. No matter what you were doing, squared away.
Yeah.
And then you become an employee and you realize, oh, I got to take it back a little bit. I got to relax. I'm not on camera right now. I don't need all this.
Yeah.
Because those hours, people, I don't think they talk enough probably about that in the J school.
No.
That, okay, this is the job, but try doing that job at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And explain that to someone who may want to do what you're doing, because there is a mental health side of this that you have to proactively take care of yourself.
Yes. I think you're right. It doesn't get talked about enough when you're in school. You get taught the basics. You get taught how to shoot film or how to shoot video. You get taught how to write a script, how to interview, period. What's interesting is you have to do all of this, like you said, this early hour, and you have to be committed to it.
Yep.
You have to be involved, know what you're talking about.
Maybe in a car in the middle of a neighborhood and it's pouring outside.
Yeah. And I think what you talked about earlier is that passion that kind of just continues to fuel you.
Yep.
So there would be mornings where I would lay in bed and I would say, oh my gosh, do I want to use a sick day and just stay in bed all morning? And I said, no. One, because I didn't want to use a sick day for that. But two, I love what I do.
Yeah.
I really, really do. I mean, I talk about it all the time, but I love what I do.
That's great.
And I really think my passion is what was able to wake me up and continue to stay awake all day long.
I'm going to have this interview with you in 20 years. And we're going to compare the stream to what you're saying right now.
I know.
And you're going to be like, I left the morning show 5 years ago. So we call our reporters community correspondents.
Yes.
And it's not just a title change. There's reason. There's purpose behind why we do that.
Yep.
Because I believe News 6 is the true local station. We focus on local issues. We listen. I think our viewers have easy access to us. And just so you guys know, when you're messaging like the emails and stuff, that goes directly to us. So like if you're emailing Jayna, there's no producer or assistant. We don't have assistants. That's a fake TV thing. We do everything ourselves. So we're embedded into the community. And now with your recent new job assignment, no longer on the desk, you are part of our talent team as a community correspondent. You have a beat, your zone. Talk to me about your zone.
I am out at the Dr. Phillips, Windermere, and Metro West area.
Kind of a fancy spot of town. Some
Yeah,
good restaurants,
it's
some
pretty
some good shopping areas.
Yes.
I would say almost the perfect 50-50 of tourism and residentialness.
Yeah.
So how can people, what are you focused on out in that area? What's your job? What's your mission?
My mission, like I said earlier, is to be a trusted source for you.
Okay.
So I've been out in the community and on the Facebook groups. You know,
You're stalking the group, seeing what the problems are out there.
Absolutely. I've gotten a few responses about certain issues that
Okay.
I've definitely been working on, trying to get you guys answers and results about your problems out in the community. But I also want to hear the feel-good things. I also want to know, what's going on for you.
Okay.
What's most important to you? What makes you happy? Everything like that. So that's kind of how I like to do it. Now you can reach me on Facebook. You can reach me on Instagram. You can reach me on my email. You can call the station and ask for me personally. Whatever you want to do.
Do you operate all your social media?
Absolutely.
Because a lot of people think it goes to a hub, and then I tend to tell people I respond to every message. Sometimes not timely, because there's some people out there that will send message after message after message. Look, I see you.
Yeah.
You're also not the only one sending the messages. So, and we're one person. So we also have our own personal worlds that we operate in.
Yeah.
But the fact that that's your area. It's not like, all right, today I'm out in Brevard, but we have people that are focused on Brevard.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, you've done some stories. Talk to me about the recent stuff you've done.
I mean,
Or the stuff
recently...
you're kind of looking for.
Yeah. So recently I worked with one high school as of yesterday. Their IB program, their International Baccalaureate program is on the cusp of being shut down because there's a, quote, lack of interest for the students. And the students are turning around saying, there's no lack of interest. We're here. We exist. We want this program to continue.
Meanwhile, that program helped you get to where you're at today.
Exactly. So when I saw that, we have a tip program that we do where people can send in, story ideas, anything like that. And when I saw the IB program, that's something that clicked in my brain. And even though it's not in the Windermere Metro West area or Dr. Phillips, I still wanted to get results.
Well, it's relatable to you.
To me.
You have an expertise in that
Yeah.
field, and why not bring awareness to it?
Yeah.
Because I don't think people probably would have known. And then maybe draw questions. What is the IB program for those adults out there that are like, I've never even heard of that?
Right. And so stuff like that. And then feel-good stories. I'm all about the happy feeling stories. I mean, I went out with Team USA, Twirl, Florida. They're prepping for their...
We featured that in the morning show. Jayna, we were waiting for you to bust out some moves. We were waiting.
I know. There was one girl doing this, and I was like...
You're like, I don't want to get hurt doing this.
I just didn't want to show off, Steve.
Gotcha.
That was really what it is.
The
I'm just so good
multi-talented
that...
Jayna. So look, as we head back to the station here, what are some of your goals that you, one, have here at News 6 and that you would have throughout your career?
Well, first and foremost, it's to make sure my heart stays working. Start there.
That's a really good one.
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
And most people, would overlook that or laugh at it. But I mean, I'm serious. I mean, that's...
So your personal health.
Personal health, huge. next one is being involved with the community. I want to get to know all of you. I mean, Windermere is a small area, but you're passionate. I've seen it. So I want to get to know you guys, and I just want to make sure that the people at the station know that I'm not going away. I'm here to stay.
Okay.
I'm sticking around.
You're local.
I'm ready to.
You're not trying to jump and bounce network on us or anything like that right away?
No, not yet.
Good. We appreciate that. So, like, what was the one question I was going to ask you? I can't remember. Wait, we got to bring it up. You have a new addition to your family.
I do.
And unfortunately, I didn't ask you for a picture, but tell me about your new dog.
Oh, anybody who knows me knows I have a new Cavapoo named Chewy, like Chewbacca. His full name's Chewbacca. I train him under Chewy. This new addition to my family.
Amazing.
You talked about the mental health portion of this whole job, and while he was an impulse purchase, he was the best impulse purchase of my
Gotcha. Is
life.
he on your Instagram already?
I don't know.
Because I will pull that up real quick so we can show everybody.
If he's
here.
not, I do have.
The best part is that it's my stream, so I could run this as long as I want.
That's my sister and Chewy.
So we'll zoom in on just Chewy there. Guys, this is her new dog, Chewy. You guys know we're all big new dog fans at News 6, so I just wanted to make sure we ended it with a nice little smile. What a cute dog.
Thank you.
How old is he?
He will be 6 months on the 13th.
He's just a baby.
Just a baby.
Well, Jayna, I appreciate you. I know this was a random conversation. We bounced all over the place. Didn't necessarily keep a
linear path, but that's
right
okay.
at all.
That's like my life.
But that is what that's News 6 life. That's for sure. But you're here. I wanted to make sure that my army knows that you're part of that army, that we have a huge local branch that takes place here, and we live by that.
Yeah.
And it's not just like we don't just check in and check out, because we're all out always doing something. You're part of the official team. You've worked your way, unlike many others. Market 15.
Yeah.
And you're a dayside reporter. What the heck? She could probably be getting hate mail and we don't even know it from other journalists across the country. But hey, if they're hating,
doing something
they're
right.
doing something right. Guys, give her a follow. What's your handle?
It's at Jayna's with an S _news.
Perfect. Give her a follow there, and then you could reach her via email at
the first letter of my name, JMANOHALAL.
Okay.
At WKMG.com.
And properly pronounce your last name.
Manohalal.
Manohalal.
Yep.
I just said it.
There you go.
I got it, guys. We'll see you later. Have a great day. Drive safely, and we'll catch you in the morning.
Bye, guys.
Bye.